Oh, I was like, wait, she disappeared. Hello and welcome to a brand new 5 Heart Podcast live on Facebook, on YouTube, and on X. I'm your host, Greg Mahochko, and joining me, she disappeared from me. I was concerned, but she's here, and we're all the better for it. It's my great friend and co-pilot, co-host of this show, Minnie Hunt. Minnie, how are you doing tonight?
Greg, I am so good.
Good.
I am beside myself. As soon as I heard the press conference this afternoon, or for me, it was afternoon. For you guys, it was morning. I started looking at ticket prices, airfare for next weekend.
Wait a minute. Wouldn't it be morning for you and afternoon for us?
Well, maybe. Yeah, because I'm 2 hours earlier.
That's what I thought. I was confused. Like, did you suddenly drop yourself in the Atlantic Ocean?
Yes. No.
So, I mean, I know we're going to get into it, but it's almost a good thing that they had a press conference today. As I was looking over your notes, again, tremendous show that you have lined up for us this week. But without the press conference, we might have like a 10, 15-minute show.
That's not true. Oh. See, I had this whole thing planned.
Oh, and it got bumped?
Yes. That we were really going to focus on the secret sauce, which is tackling. Because of what it's not mayonnaise with extra mayonnaise. Justin.
Raji, pulling a page out of the Fred Sacco playbook, says Burt Bielema's secret sauce, mayonnaise with extra mayonnaise.
It's tackling. That's what our secret sauce is. Tackling and being physical. And so we are going to go into all of this, like how to properly tackle and why, things changed. And now there's a section of it, but it was going to be really in depth.
Well, I think.
Look at it. Oh. Plus, it was a good hair day. Apparently for you too, Greg.
Thank you, Roger.
You?
I just run a comb through it and hope for the best.
That's the secret sauce right there.
That's the secret sauce. Fred says, thanks, Roger. I worked on mine all day. Even Fred's hair looks great tonight. So, and you know what? Everybody watching this, we got a feeling. We don't know for a fact, but we got a feeling that your hair looks in peak form on this Thursday evening. So
I'm sure it does.
I'm sure it does. So we will get to the secret sauce later in the show.
Yes.
But you said right from the get-go.
Yes.
You started pricing.
We will get to the secret sauce. We're going to keep you on the edge of your seat till about halfway through the show. And then we will, again, reveal it.
We've told you what the secret sauce is, but we haven't heard all the ingredients that go into the sauce, right? Is that a good way of rounding out that analogy?
That's yeah. Thank you, Greg. I know. I knew I should have left it up to you.
Ken E. He says, go ahead. I know you started. Go ahead and highlight that one. Ken E. says, my hair right now is as long as Minnie's, but not as fabulous. Well, few people have hair as fabulous as Minnie's.
The secret is, well, we won't get into that tonight. There might be some secret sauce.
Is it a process?
No, I don't like processes. No. One and done. Yeah, gotcha. No. But thank you, Ken E. Okay, here's what I do. I wash my hair every third day.
Okay.
Then I try to do it during the day so it can air dry. Because I don't like to blow dry my hair and it takes so much time. So then once it's dry, then I'll normally put like hot rollers in it or something like that. And there you go. It's good for another couple days.
You say that it takes too much time to blow dry the hair?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it? I mean, doesn't it? I'm not an expert. Again, you see my hair.
I'm lazy. Okay.
But it would take longer time to just to let it air dry.
It does.
Okay.
It does. But I'm lazy. Okay. What do you want?
I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but when you were in town for the Colorado game, Roger says you'll have to go to Matt Rhule's wife's salon when you're here. I'm sure she'd make your hair look great. You did that, right?
You guys, did you forget, Justin? I got to meet Julie Rhule and Vivian and Leona. It was so awesome. They are like the nicest people in the whole wide world. Oh, I love them. So welcoming, gracious, just wonderful people. And great style.
That is wonderful. We're talking about showers and hair. Raji says, Ken E, that's why I take a shower once a month. And Dana over on Facebook says, I may have overdone it on product today. Sigh. Oh, Dana. You can't overdo it on product. That's a fact.
Is it?
I don't know. What do you think is the last time that any product
Greg,
touched my hair?
That's what I want to know. I want to know. When was the last time you bought or used a product on your hair? I'm sure you probably used your wife's hairspray. No?
No.
Okay.
I was probably in Shadron with a little hair gel. Probably.
Okay.
Yeah. So 20 years ago.
So you gave it up. This is what we got.
There's a picture. I'm pretty sure it's still on the wall at my mom and dad's house. Is like a mom and dad. We never know, and let me rephrase. What the hell just happened? Before I was 21, I never knew what to get my dad for Christmas. Hold on, Fred. Don't get ahead of me. And so one year before I moved to Nebraska, my sister and I got like JCPenney or whatever portraits done for my mom and dad. And in Jimmy McNutty says, it looks so natural no one can tell that Greg uses just for mention. I don't. Stop it. In this one picture, I have sideburns down to my jawbone and frosted tips.
You showed me that picture.
So
they were called mutton chops.
No, because they didn't like advance out past. I mean, they were just the normal width.
They looked like it.
No.
Yeah, that was an interesting look. You've had a few interesting looks.
Thank you.
And then now you have this. What Jimmy McNutty describes as, it looks so natural. No one can tell that Greg uses just for men's gel.
Okay. I don't really want to spend any more time talking about my hair.
Okay. That's fine. That's fine.
I have a surprise.
You should. Oh, you do?
It is not in the format because I can't put surprises in the format because then there won't be surprises anymore. So it is time to welcome to the Five Heart Podcast.
Look at this.
Hold on. Okay. Fred says, Minnie, you've had a few, or Minnie quoting Minnie, you've had a few interesting looks. Now you have this. Minnie low-key saying Greg looks like shit.
No, I wasn't. I really wasn't.
All right. So it is important that we welcome to the Five Heart Podcast, I think for the first time ever, from one of my other podcasts titled Nerds United.
Oh, Mike.
I'm here, everybody.
Hi. Oh, nice shirt.
I was just wearing this normally. This is what I wear every Thursday.
So, for those of you who don't know,
Which you should know, by the way.
which you should know, is up until the end of March, I had another
nice to
podcast.
see
It was
you.
called Nerds United, and it 400 episodes, and most of them.
Wait, what happened? Did you put that up there?
No, I'm trying to get rid of everything.
I can't put
Oh.
anything up.
I'm trying to clear away all the graphics so that we don't have names
got
in the wrong spots.
You froze,
That's
Greg?
about it.
Well, now it's just our podcast.
There.
All right.
Now you're back. Now you're back.
Right. So, up until the end of March, I had
Uh-huh.
another podcast called Nerds United, jitterymonkey.com. Nerds United ran for 400 episodes, and most of those episodes was joined by Mike Luther, who I can't just point over here. I gotta Minnie, can you point to
I'll
Mike?
point.
No, the other
Let's
way.
see.
There. So Mike Luther, the co-host of the year, and he'd been the co-host of the year since 2019.
2018.
2018, sorry.
2018.
And
Gosh, you put up with Greg for that long?
Unfortunately, yeah. You know,
You deserve some sort of award.
I got it. It's called the Co-host of the Year Award.
and,
That's right. That's right.
and the thing about that is there's no Nerds United anymore. So I asked Mike to be here tonight because I forgot to do it last week. And surprise, surprise, because we are going to bequeath that title to you, Minnie.
What?
Now, to be fair, originally what Greg told me is he said, "Hey, I need a really good co-host. Can you come on the podcast?" I was like, "Wait a minute!" I was like, "Minnie's already a great co-host. You don't need me necessarily on there, but I'll come on if you want. I'll talk Husker basketball."
Mike, I was just giving you a compliment saying that you deserve an award for putting up with him for so long, and now you say that?
No, I'm saying you're a great co-host. You technically don't need Greg. You should be the host.
Oh, I don't need Greg.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's fine.
In fact, if you want, we could just host together. We can just get rid of Greg.
Okay.
All right, Greg. See you later.
Kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh, perfect. All right.
Poor Greg.
Do we keep the same name? Should we? Oh, could it be the Minnie and Mike podcast?
It could be. It totally could be. I think we ought to rename it. Yes.
I mean, technically, my dad did call me Mickey once, so.
Really?
He did. Yeah, he used to call me. Yeah, he the only person that would. But yeah, he would call me Mickey. Hey, Mickey. So I mean, it kind of works out. So what are we talking about today?
Well, you didn't get the notes.
I didn't.
On this show, I make notes and an outline for the entire show.
See, other show, I about 5 minutes before we start, Greg goes, "Wait, what are we talking about today?" And that's So, someone's back. Oh, never mind.
That's true. And that's what Five Heart Podcast used to be too before Minnie.
You need a Minnie. You need her.
Oh my gosh.
All right. I am relinquishing temporarily until we come back in 5 years. My co-host of the year title to Minnie.
Get the crown, Minnie.
Excuse me just a moment.
Do your thing.
While I go and get my crown.
Do your thing.
It's here.
Oh, it's close by. Oh, wow. You do have a crown. Okay, perfect.
Yes.
Very lovely.
Co-host of the year. Uh-huh.
All right.
They got to wear the crown every week through the entire episode, just like Mike did.
I mean,
yep. I always wear my crown.
I wouldn't mind if this was my shtick, but I don't really want to
It's good
I
enough.
appreciate it. Just I'll wear the title in my
your heart.
Okay.
Yeah. That's where I wore it.
In my 5 hearts.
There you go. Hey, Mike, that's a great shirt.
Thank you. Yeah.
What's it say on the back?
That's a good question. Probably just nothing. I don't know.
That is a nice shirt. I would wear that shirt.
I would wear that shirt too.
Greg has probably worn this shirt before.
Oh.
There's also probably a sweater around here that Greg has also probably worn.
Wait.
Yeah, I took Mike to his first Nebraska game. It was Nebraska, Illinois in Champaign 2023. We went with Garrett, Garrett went with us. And so Mike can say he's been to a Nebraska game, and it was a win.
Yes.
So he's undefeated, and that's all that matters.
Yep. And it was freezing cold.
It was windy. It was windy and cold. So, Mike, I know I said, hey, be on standby, be ready to go. And I promised you I wasn't going to take up much of your time, but I did want you to be here for this ceremony of sorts. Thanks, buddy, for coming along tonight, and have a happy Easter, man.
Time.
All right. I will see you guys later.
Much.
Peace.
Bye, Mike. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Greg.
Oh, I should have had him stick around for What's Greg Drinking Today.
Has he never seen it?
I don't think he's ever seen it. He's gone now.
Man, he's missed it.
Minnie, before we get to
the
rest,
sorry that he missed it.
I know he's probably brokenhearted if he's not already.
Maybe we'll save it. Let's save it for the next time he's on.
But I have different beers.
Oh, okay. Well,
I have an assortment of beers. And
I guess we need to know. What is it?
We need to know. Are you ready?
I'm always ready for this. Yes.
What's Greg drinking today? What's Greg drinking today? Whoa.
Okay. What could it be?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, beer drinkers of all ages, the 5 Heart Podcast proudly brings to you tonight's beer menu.
Okay.
By the way, all different beers, various sizes. And of the 6, I've only had 1. So we'll get that one out of the way first. This is from Heavy Riff. It is called Love Gun.
Oh, that's just an interesting bottle that they have, or can, with the gun, and then it's a 5
I would say
petal
it's like
flower.
Yeah, but I think it's like a vanilla, because it's a vanilla.
It looks like a vanilla. Yes.
So this is option number 1. Heavy Riff.
And the guns are orange, or are they red? I can't tell.
I'm sorry?
Are the guns orange or red?
I can't tell in the lighting. I'm going to go with orangish red.
Okay.
So that's option 1. This one comes to us
from... Wait. Fred Sacco just said, Greg just showed us his love gun. I need an adult.
Have you ever seen the movie Role Models? Or are you familiar with the music of the band Kiss?
Yeah, that I am.
Okay. So if you ever have seen the movie Role Models, Sean William Scott's character, when talking about Love Gun, says he's talking about his. So anyway, that's not why I didn't buy the beer because of the name. I bought the beer because I like a vanilla cream ale. So this one comes to us from across the pond. This is an English brewery, and this is called Old Speckled Hen, and this is a distinctive English pale ale. And also
that's all it says.
Yeah. I should have taken pictures. It's smooth and refreshing and bursting with flavor. I should have taken pictures of the descriptions when I was at Total Wine. I didn't do that. I'm sorry, everybody.
Ooh, he went to Total Wine. Fancy.
I did. And I got beer because that's what I drink. Then we go also in Europe, this time Germany. I'm probably not going to pronounce this right because I don't speak German. Minnie, do you speak German?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
unfortunately.
So this is practically all in German. I'm going to say Früh. This is a Kolsch.
Früh.
This is just a Kolsch
I
beer.
think you have, the H's are kind of like, imagine you're Dana Holgerson.
Früh.
And you have like a raspy. Yeah. Like that.
This is a brown ale. This is a Maduro brown ale. This is from Cigar City Brewing.
Oh.
And this is named after a dark cigar wrapper. Maduro brown ale boasts notes of semi-sweet chocolate, toffee, and hints of fresh coffee. Complex and full-bodied, our malt-forward ale is brewed with flaked oats to add depth of character. CigarCityBrewing.com. Drink fresh, do not age. 5%, 5.5%. Oh, there you go. Fred with some. Now, I'm not going to be drinking all of these tonight, just so you know.
Well, Greg, why didn't you just take us on a shopping trip with you? You're going to show us all these beers.
Well, I bought them, and I just figure, I'll drink them tonight and next week.
Here's what I bought.
This was from Normal, Illinois. I know you were giving me, I think, some crap last week. Maybe not some crap. You were just saying, fruit beers and things like that. This is from Destil Brewery, and this is Hawaii 5 Ale, which is kind of fun. This is blonde ale with pineapple, coconut, mango, peach, and guava.
Okay.
Our fruity and juicy blonde ale will quickly transport your palate with a taste of paradise. Tropical flavors of pineapple, coconut, mango, peach, and guava are balanced by smooth maltiness. One sip, and you'll be singing the song of the islands. Aloha. And last but not least.
You should see some of these comments. They're so funny. Okay.
Well,
keep going.
Feel free to throw them in there.
Keep going.
This is also the biggest of the bunch. This is, trying to figure out exactly how many ounces this is. 19.2 ounces. This is Gumball Head, 3 Floyds. It's an American wheat pale ale, and it's 5.6% alcohol by volume. This thing is regular 12-ounce can. I mean, as they said, it's almost 2.
Dang. So is that the average alcohol percent? 5.6?
For these?
Yeah.
So the fruit is 4.8.
Oh.
5.6. This is 5.5. Where are my glasses? This is 4.8 here, the old speckled hen. I bet you this is going to be a smooth one as well. The Hawaii 5 Ale is 6.4.
All right.
And last but not least,
wine. Doesn't
4.8.
wine carry isn't wine like 12%?
Probably. I mean, like liquor's obviously significantly more.
Yeah.
Like these are compared to like a Bud Light, which is 2.3%.
These are drinks that you have in the afternoon.
These are drinks I have at the beginning of a podcast that's guaranteed to go to midnight tonight. All right. So
yeah. Okay.
It was suggested that I start with the fruit.
That's the lightest one.
But it's also the biggest one. Or second biggest one. I should know
go
the
with
sizes.
that. Oh, look at Fred knows. He says white wines are 12% or so, and reds are 13 to 13.5. Not that he would know. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought that. Okay, and I did have a thought. When you see, I think that should be in your little ditty, just like the. That always is like. I guess if you were a beer drinker, you would be like. It would, like Pavlov's dog. It would start making your mouth water. My thought is that by you only buying beers, that you are alienating perhaps a large percentage of our 5 Heart podcast friends.
Possibly.
So I think you ought to expand your palate a little.
When I was down in the Dominican, I did have some island drinks.
No.
I did. They were
What did you have?
How many did I have?
What did you have? Do you know?
I don't remember.
I knew it.
And more specifically, I don't know what the hell was in them. I don't know if I have the app on my phone anymore. I don't think I do.
The what?
But it had like all the restaurants and all the bar menus and things like that. I had one called Deep Ocean. I had one at the sports bar that had a sports theme name. I don't remember. But yeah, I had drinks.
You were going crazy. You were going crazy.
It was a good time. And a lot of El Presidente beer. So.
Well, then now that we know this, we're going to hold you to it. You're going to have more of things like that.
Well,
expand your palate a little.
When I'm on vacation and I don't have to pay for it, I will. That was the big selling point of me just trying things, is that I wasn't out any money.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, Greg.
Yes.
Here it is. Ready? We're going to start the show off.
I was going to say if we should start the show now.
Ready?
I'm ready. 3, 2, 1.
Red and white game. It's on.
Next week, right?
Next week.
Hard to believe.
Next Saturday. But
and you're considering going now.
Well, I considered it. It's so crazy. Airfare's gone up so much. I don't think I can go.
You could drive.
I mean, it would cost me. It would cost me probably a couple $1,000s just to go.
Ooh. Just on travel, right?
Just me.
Yeah.
Just going by myself.
Now, are you talking just like
I don't want to
airfare and accommodations?
Yeah.
Is it still free adjacent to get into the spring game, or has it ever been free adjacent? I don't know.
No, it's $50. So that's fine. That's not like going to kill
anybody. I could afford that.
But the thing is, I have to fly into Omaha. Then I have to rent a car. Then I have to get a hotel. It's just, it's never just as easy as like you could go easier. It would probably cost you what?
To drive
$100 total.
How many dollars?
I'm guessing $100. Because how far is it from your house?
It's probably about 6.5 hours. Well, no, gosh, it's about 7-hour drive.
So you have to fill up twice.
Yeah, pretty close.
Okay, so it's probably going to cost you maybe $200 to go.
Yeah, I mean, and I know people, I could probably crash on people's couches too.
Well, you could go the same day and drive back if you absolutely had to.
Oh, if I absolutely had to, but that'd be a very long day.
Yeah, it
but
would.
I will be next week. I will be with my oldest. I'll be with Garrett. We're doing a father-son camp weekend at a camp down this way, so that'll be fun.
I can't stay at Greg's because he lives way too far.
I live in Illinois. That's not going to be.
It's a totally different.
Not convenient for you at all.
And I don't think I should hitchhike. I may not come back to you guys. I may get stolen away.
I got you show a little leg, right?
No.
Isn't that the old joke? You just put a little leg
no.
out on the side of the road?
No. I dress like a homeless person.
You say you dress like a homeless person?
Yeah.
I've seen a couple of comments about taking a bus or a train. Husker Bob says Amtrak.
I'm not doing that. No way. There's no way.
I do think, honestly, it'd be a lot of fun to take a train.
By yourself?
I don't know.
No. I have a life. I don't want
So you
to
have a life.
Yeah, no. But anyways, for those of you that live closer and don't have to fly in and do all that.
Best comment. Raji says, Minnie,
Yeah.
just ask Dylan to have the school send the private jet.
Yeah, just send it a few thousand miles to me so I can see the game.
Oh, you know what? Here's a thought.
And he's right. James is right. We'll show
say?
that in just a second. What's your thought?
Oh, no, I was going to say you could get a press credential and then expense report it. Get John to pay for it. That's what you should do.
Oh, yeah. That'll happen. Okay, so James Boardman is right, but I'd still, guys, here's the thing about this red and white game. Okay?
Jesus.
He says it's the bottom half of the team that is scrimmaging, fighting for the final roster spots. No starters are playing. But he did say today, James, that we're going to see Ja'Cory Barney and Dylan. He did say that. So I was thinking perhaps Dylan will be wearing a green jersey. I'm sorry, I know him. And can't be tackled. That's kind of what I'm thinking is going to happen. But you know what's going to also happen at this game. There's going to be some hard tackling. You are going to see, yeah, right?
Because these
guys, no, not yet. But these guys are going to go all out and show it's like real aggression. They want to make the team. And if they don't make the team, then it's going to be put on film and sent to other schools.
Yeah. No, I do like that idea. And that's something that, correct me if I'm wrong, that was straight out of Matt Rhule's time at the podium at the press conference, right? Like the whole goal is, you got guys are going to better their situations from the spring game next week. Either they will, work their way into, I guess the 3 deep maybe, or, work better their situation at Nebraska or have something on film that they can take, when they hit the transfer portal, whether they end up at a power 4 or group or power 2, whatever, D1 or D2 or wherever, they hope to have something that they can put on film that will allow them to find a landing spot.
Can you read this?
Yes. Finals are coming up. Did you hear about the app Dylan developed to study? Credit where it's due. Good idea. It's called Test Ease. I love it.
Took me a second.
Test Ease.
You got it right away.
Test Ease.
That was good. Thank you, Fred.
I think he wanted you to read it. That's why, because now he's mad.
I'm not going to read it. I'm never reading another Fred Sacco comment ever again.
Well, at least not.
At
least not without checking it over first.
Yeah. Anyways, okay. So because of the 105 rule, that does not appear is going to change in the NCAA settlement. They're not grandfathering players in.
I know we just talked about that last week, so that's disappointing.
We did.
But I get it.
So now we have, I think it was 120 guys. We have to get down to 105. Alex Bullock just entered the portal, and so did Jack McAllister, which we'll talk about. And so we only have a certain amount of roster spots. So the guys that are going to be playing are either 2s or 3s. The guys that have solidified a place on the roster, like the 1s and some of the 2s, will not be playing because we don't want to risk them getting hurt. He said that this is the thing that kills him the most, because there's guys that have stuck it out, even though they were told in December that they probably wouldn't make it if they had to choose the 105 players today. And they went through the mat drills and spring practice, all of this with the hopes that maybe they might become a Husker. So I can understand how he feels. It would break your heart to see somebody put that much work and effort into something, and you hope that it only pays off in the future. It definitely builds strong character, right? Which they evidently have. And he said, these guys will be running the country one day. Yeah. I love that he said that.
I like that. And it's the opportunity to, reward them, like you said, for sticking it out, for giving them the opportunity to play at Memorial Stadium, and then get something on film that they can take, when they eventually enter the transfer portal, because obviously we've got to get down, I think you said 15 spots, 13, I guess, if you include Jack and Alex. So, it is nice. All we can hope for next Saturday is that, these kids who are looking for the opportunity, that nobody gets hurt. As we always want every spring game, we want to escape unscathed. So if we can just, hope for that and let these guys go, be successful somewhere else that's not going to negatively impact Nebraska down the road. So.
Yes. But, as we just mentioned, Rhule started off. Nice. Hey, Keen. Rhule just mentioned today that the reason Jack McAllister went into the portal is because this is huge. This is actually really huge. It might be just as huge as the secret sauce we're talking about later.
Yeah, special teams, so I don't know.
No, this is huge. Let me tell you why. They talked to Jack McAllister last Thursday, and they said that part of, even though we took Jack McAllister from Washington, right? He transferred. He stayed with his team during the playoffs, but he came here to Nebraska, has not even played yet for us, but he's been through the mat drills and been through spring practices. He is not the type of punter that Coach Eckler wants to utilize, because what Coach Eckler is doing is a more rugby style punting, because the rules in the NFL are different than the rules in college football.
Right.
So I had to look into this to see what exactly is the difference. And here it is. You as the punting team, you're allowed to leave the line of scrimmage as soon as the punter punts. In the NFL, you have to wait until it's caught. So you can start rushing the field as soon as the punter punts. Mm. And that gives us more opportunity to create turnovers. As well as the rugby style punt is like a rollout, and they kick to corners. They call it the coffin corner. So they try to aim the ball in different areas. It's interesting.
Ideally, that coffin corner is, if the ball rolls out of bounds inside the 5-yard line, obviously avoiding the touchback, but avoiding a return as well. So, hey, whatever improves our special teams, situation from last year, whether it's, punting to the coffin corner or getting the turnovers. We just can't have another god-awful year of punting the ball away.
It wasn't so much the punting, as Fred points out.
Where does Fred say that? Oh, is it the
highlight? I'm not reading his comments. Yes.
Oh, I have to say it?
Yes.
That's an innocent one. You could say that.
Yeah. No. I don't know why. I just have a feeling there's something dirty in there.
Fred says, Christ, here many goes on the long snapper.
Mm-hmm. We actually have a really good one. We know that.
New Hampshire, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I watched a lot of rugby kicks today, and one of the rugby kicks, because they're taking off in motion, they kind of like pick the ball up in the ground if it's been snapped low and punt it. So I don't know. I kind of think they're going to be getting a punter this summer, one that is more experienced in rugby punting.
And I don't know if this is his style, but Vince Watson says that the Boise State punter's name was being thrown around by a radio host this morning.
Oh. Maybe it's somebody who's already in the transfer portal.
The rugby style also, and I think you said this before, and if you didn't, I apologize for repeating it. It's, they tend to take the snap and then roll out, almost like bootleg to kick the ball away. So, and you know what? I'm going to say this. Living in Omaha, David Matney, the official realtor of the Five Heart Podcast, line of the night maybe says, let's convert a third down so we don't need to punt.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Well, that would be nice. He says, Rhule said, obviously, we have some things in the works, some plan A, plan B type guys. It's such a unique difference between the pro and college games, what you're allowed to do. So we have to take advantage of every single opportunity we have that's given to us. And I like that they're looking for these opportunities everywhere.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's, I think opportunities is the right word. I was going to say, maybe try to substitute advantage, but I think every program in the nation's probably trying to find something similar. So I don't know if advantage, again, opportunity is the operative word to use in this situation. And at the same time, I don't know if Nebraska's had a pure quote unquote rugby style kicker in recent memory or ever. So I just don't, it'd be different. I'm not opposed to it. At the end of the day, whatever helps Nebraska have more
I didn't have the time. Oh, go ahead. Finish your thought.
Whatever helps them get to, over 8 wins in the regular season, that'd be nice. Let's go with that.
So one of the things that I noticed was we have a special teams coach who was like top in the country on special teams. So we're just going to go with his plan because I think that's the best one.
I don't
have a problem with this rugby style punting whatsoever. If that is what he wants to do, let's do it.
Raji said, and I'd seen this as well, the possibility of the Tennessee punter following Eck over to Nebraska as well. And by the way, James Boardman says the same thing, at the same time. The punter that Eckler had at Tennessee could punt right-footed and left-footed. So,
that is awesome.
So that'd be ambidextrous, although I don't know if it's different for feet. I know ambidextrous is when you can use your left hand and your right hand the same.
What? Do you notice my lip gloss?
Me?
I'm sorry. Yeah.
There's a shine there. I don't know if it's,
Is that better?
I'm not distracted by it, if that's what you mean.
Okay. Shine here too. Jeez.
That was not negative.
It's a good thing I like Pitt. No, I wasn't taking it negative.
Okay, good.
Whoops, sorry.
He wanted everybody to notice your new lip gloss.
I know. My lips are chapped.
Living in Omaha, David Matney, the official realtor of the 5 Heart Podcast, says one way we can convert more on third down is not having a quarterback who slides 2 yards short of the first down. I had to say that because I knew that it was going to.
If that is the case, I guarantee we have a quarterback who will never, ever, ever again do that. And you got to let it go. He learns from his mistakes, unlike other quarterbacks we've had.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Well, actually, I don't either. None in recent years. None in recent years.
Minnie, I know my backdrop, my studio here has often been outside ideas on how it could be improved. Yeah. Blake says we got to get me some red lights for my backdrop, and you can keep doing what you're doing. You look 25. Blake says so.
My lip gloss could be better. I'm trying.
I wasn't gonna read all the comment.
You guys are tough. Hey, maybe you need some lip gloss so they can compare who has better.
That's not gonna happen.
Hey, but you know what is interesting, Greg? Remember when? Okay, I'm going to tell this story really quick, and then we're going to get back into football.
Okay.
When Greg first moved into this house, he asked for some help with his layout. And I just said to him, okay, Greg, you have this. You might need to turn your camera a little. You have this tree and you also have this bookshelf. Yes. He was going to get rid of the ficus.
I still want to.
Well, okay. Now that your, I don't know, you must have adjusted the camera a little bit because you used to be able to see just a sliver of the ficus and the bookshelf behind you. And he goes, you know what I ought to do? His contribution, because I told him, put your N in there and we'll call it good. It looked so much better than what he had in the past, right? He goes, I'll get dogs for you if you want to see dogs. I have 3 of them. I'll go get one.
Sorry. Aaron, the boob lights.
Yeah, he doesn't have any boob lights, and I knew that was going to create a problem. But he said, I think the end needs to be lit up. And I said, Greg, why? I mean, Greg doesn't have time or remember to do anything at all. And he goes, no, I'm going to go to Home Depot and I'm going to get a light. Watch, Minnie. And I'm like, whatever. It doesn't need to happen. I just left it alone because I didn't think, I mean, this is great for Greg, in my opinion. Well, he goes and he gets this light. Guess how many times to light up the end? Guess how many times the light has been on?
It was on quite a bit. Now I need to change the battery out already.
It's been on one time.
It's not my fault. It's the battery. I need to
It's
swap out
because
the
I
battery.
told you it wasn't going to be like, it's just the way that you are. You don't really think like that.
See,
We all
notice
know
the
this about you.
that I turned it on. There's no
There's
difference.
no difference
Swap
now.
out the light. Ah,
Aaron Keene. He says, I
What's
don't
it
want to
say,
be
Minnie?
critical, but Greg's OnlyFans has really gone downhill since the departure of the boob lights. Just saying. And that is another thing he had to enlighten me on. I didn't even know what OnlyFans was. I can't believe something like that actually exists. But I'm
Well,
quite sure that there's a lot of
it's-
you that are members.
it's kind of the world's oldest profession, just in a new form. So
It's interesting. Yeah. Okay, back to football. Justin Evans spoke today, and now we're all embracing the fact that we know he's the center. Everyone's acting like, oh, this is old hat. We've known this the whole time. When Rhule wasn't even going to tell us a couple weeks ago who the center was. And then Holgorsen let it out, remember? So now and I always think that the people, the players that get to talk to us are the one, they kind of get it as a reward for doing so well at practice or whatever. Something they do must stand out. So Justin talked to us today. And remember, Coach Holgorsen said, actually Coach Holg for short, said last week he didn't remember Justin saying a word all last season for the last 3 games. And Evans said that now that he's transitioning from guard to center, that it's made him become more vocal because he considers it, yeah, you're blurry. He considers it the quarterback of the offensive line, and you have to be verbal. He says, if you freak out the whole time, offense is going to freak out.
right.
So you have to hold your shit together.
I do feel like Justin Evans, his leadership style is that of like lead by example. I don't think he needs to be out there be like a rah-rah cheerleader type. I think guys will see him doing the right thing, and then they will.
I'm going to reapply my lip gloss. I'll be right back.
Follow accordingly. So, well, hi. Best friend of the show, Josh, is here saying, what did I miss? Let's give you a quick rundown. There's a new co-host of the year, Josh.
Yeah, that's me.
Good.
That's
Thanks
me.
for giving it away. Mike came over here from Nerds United and bestowed the crown upon Minnie and awarded her the title of co-host of the year. I, with the help of the Holger Maniacs, selected 1 beer out of 6 to drink, all new. So I'm drinking the Kolsch, imported from Germany. And we've talked like 10 minutes about Nebraska athletics. So,
would you care?
Beer's really good, MK. Beer's really good. Thank you.
Yeah, it was actually really fun. I'm sorry you missed it, Josh, but you can rewind it later and watch. If you mess with my eyebrows, I'm so coming after you, Pitt. You have no idea. Okay? You think you had a hard week last week? Just wait. Okay.
Drink the ashtray beer next. I will, Highlander. I'll drink the Cigar City beer next. I don't know if I want to call it an ashtray. It's just a Maduro. So,
would you mind looking up Keona Davis's height for me? Because I could have sworn that guy looks like he's 10 feet tall.
let's find out, shall we?
Yeah.
I'm going to let you, while I'm looking it up, you have to play the special looking up things video.
Okay. You mean No, that's the overlay. I have a video here. Ready?
I'm ready. See, what people don't see when we do goofy shit like that is I'm like dancing and spinning around in my chair, having a great time. So, according to Huskers.com, Keona Davis, the defensive lineman from Tucson, Arizona.
What? He's from Tucson?
Yeah.
How did I not know this?
I don't know.
Oh, my gosh.
Did you also know that he was a Nebraska Scholar Athlete Honor Roll recipient for last fall?
No, I didn't know.
Played in 12 games as a true freshman. Regardless, 6'5", 255.
I bet he's taller than that.
I don't know.
Because here's the deal. Let's see. It was, who was up first? Justin Evans. How tall is Justin Evans?
Oh, let me find out. You don't have to play the song if you don't want to.
No, let's just pretend it's play.
Justin Evans,
okay.
6'1",
so here's
315.
what happened. Here's what happened. We're watching the video, okay? We're watching. Justin Evans is on. And then once Keona Davis goes up, they kind of go like this with the camera. Like way up. It's like, whoa, that guy's tall.
No, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, you would think. I mean, I'm just shy of 6'3", so I know I'd be looking up at Keona Davis, and I would be kind, and I wouldn't look down upon Justin Evans. I'd just be like, we're not quite eye to eye. It's good to meet you, sir.
Nebraska strong. Go Big Red says he must have been wearing high heels because he's 6'8" and high heels.
I remember. Fred says, Minnie reenacting a Viewmaster. Is this 5 Heart Theater? Do you remember Viewmasters, Minnie?
No, I don't know what that is.
It was a toy in the 1980s that, it was like a little thing you held up to your face here. You looked through it and put a disc in, and each disc had like a picture from a movie or cartoon or something like that, and you click the little thing on the side.
Oh, yeah, the thing.
It turned around. So it tells the story.
Spun around.
Yeah.
And it was like a little disc with like little.
Yeah. Josh got his wife a Viewmaster for Valentine's Day this year. Josh, did it have a lot of unsolicited dick pics on it? I mean, of yours, obviously. Or was it like
That's
the kids?
Interesting.
I'm just curious to know what type of picture show you got your wife on the old Viewmaster there, Josh.
I know what Viewmaster is. I didn't know that's what it was called. Of course I had one when I was a kid. I mean, come on. You guys.
Josh says they were solicited.
So he has all these kids. Secret. They know what causes it now.
What's that?
I said that's why he has all these kids. That's
he
a
only
secret.
has 2.
Yeah, they're both little.
It's true. That's true. His oldest is a day younger than my twins.
And then he has like a
18
how old is the baby? 18. Yeah, those are close. Oh my gosh.
Cute kids.
Yep.
So, all right. Football again.
All right. So then Keona Davis says when he arrived at Nebraska, he was 245 pounds. And now, I mean, this is a lot of weight. This is muscle too, because there's not an ounce of fat on this guy at all. Now he's at 270.
Oh. So that means that the website is wrong.
Well,
website
that's what he said today. They must not have updated it.
That's what
He
I'm saying.
could have grown taller because, I mean, he's still young enough that he could be growing.
I don't think that's how that works.
Okay, I think it is. Because he definitely looked taller than 6'5". I'm telling you. Okay. So now he's more of a leader to the younger guys. After one season, though, he lost his defensive coordinator and his defensive line coaches. But he said from the first time that he spoke with Coach Braden.
Bratton?
Braden?
I don't know. I'm asking.
Okay. We got to figure this out. It has 2 D's.
Bratton. I'll go Bratton.
He knew he was awesome.
No,
Well,
I mean,
every time you see a scrimmage, like any of the spring practice clips of him, he has a lot of energy.
I've been saying this for months now. I'm just really excited.
You know what's wrong with my arm? I'm sorry. Pitt is picking on me. You know what's wrong with my arm? I've been lifting. Got muscles. That's what's wrong with my arm. Not threatening anyone. He is just giving me a hard time. I'm not going to look at this. Is why. Okay, I'm sorry. I interrupted you because of him. It's his fault.
Aaron Keene says not enough arm claws. I don't even know what that means. Oh, and hey, support from Highlander. Move that steel.
Okay.
What the fuck? Why am I catching strays over here, Joshua? 4-inch pythons, also ironically Greg's nickname in the high school locker room. Jeez. I wish. I mean, shit. No. All right. Like I said months ago, I like the personnel that we have in place, both for players and coaches. I'm as excited for this coaching staff as I've been for Nebraska coaching staff. Since before Mike Riley, honestly. Like, there was nothing. I don't want to relitigate the past. There was nothing outside of, home state kid coming back. There was nothing exciting about Scott Frost's coaching staff. There's nothing exciting about Mike Riley. No offense to him. He's the Fred Rogers of college football. He's a 500 coach. He's a nice guy, and that's all he'll ever be. There's nothing exciting. There's nothing that generated any type of buzz from the coaches that, came and went from his staff. Bob Diaco, the buzz that he generated while he was here, and then we were happy to see him go. So when you have Dana Holgerson, when you have Coach Braden, when you have obviously Matt Rhule, I think kind of speaks for himself, but John Butler, there's just so there's a lot of I feel like we're dangerously close to being crowned the offseason national champions again. I just feel like everything Nebraska has done since the end of their season has improved their position in the college football landscape and is going to, we're always optimistic. I'm, guilty of that more than anybody, but you can't look at the changes that they've made and say, oh no, we're going to be 6-6 next year. You can't. Even the realists have to be seeing at least 8 wins next year.
Yeah. Yep. I think you're right, Greg. Especially given our schedule.
Right. We have a favorable schedule. I mean, again, I've said this, only 4 true road games. Have Cincinnati in Kansas City, which is going to be a Nebraska home game, just in a different venue. You have Cincinnati. You have, what was it, Houston Christian. You have Akron, I think. And I know I transposed those other two. But then you get Michigan at home. I mean, you have a lot of the bigger contests are going to be in the good atmosphere, I say friendly confines, but I hate saying that because that's a Chicago Cubs term. But I mean, what's not to be excited about? Like, I don't know how miserable you have to be.
Here's the thing.
Thank you, Aaron. Yes. My fruit.
The Kool-Aid, as he says. People need to start getting behind this team. Otherwise, I'm going to come and visit you in person and bring the excitement out of you. Keen. Also, I have to show this because I really love this comment. Nebraska Strong, Go Big Red, says, I heard the Husker coaching staff is going to bring back the jiggle test. We start jiggling their belly and time how long it takes to stop jiggling. Okay. I just wondered, because you are comparing yourself to football players and their height. Do you ever do the jiggle test, Greg?
I do, but only when I'm alone, and I never disclose the findings. No. What is it? So you go. I don't know how to say it. Like, this is the weirdest. This might be the weirdest thing I've ever said on the 5 Heart podcast. And over the course of the last 9 years, I've said some really wild shit. You just slap it and it goes, and then it goes right back. Like, mine doesn't jiggle a whole lot. And
wait, what? Did you just say that it doesn't jiggle a whole lot?
Mine doesn't. It jiggles one way and then it jiggles back and it settles.
Okay. I guess we're going to have to take his word for it because he's not going to show us.
I've done lunges. I've sprinted across the basement. I have I've done all manner of things. I'm not going to stand up and do a jiggle test for y'all. I'm sorry.
Because Greg's buff.
No, that's not true either, Pip, but I appreciate you. Vince wants to know, Minnie, do you have your application in to be an official jiggle test timer?
Yeah, I'll do it. If they need somebody. That would be a fun job.
All right. Minnie, it's time. This is the Maduro. Josh would really appreciate this. Josh, I know you like a good cigar. Cigar Brewing Company, Tampa, Florida. 20 IBUs, 5.5% alcohol by volume. Cigar Brewing, cigarcitybrewing.com, Josh. cigarcitybrewing.com.
Okay. So now that we have properly given Keona Davis his flowers, he's the dude. That guy, everyone has talked about him, coaching staff wise, how impressive he is. And now we got to see today why. I mean, he's a giant, but he's like soft spoken. Like I don't know. He's just a nice kid. Cute smile.
I couldn't hold it any longer.
Huh. Okay. So we also got to see Marcus Watson Trent, the linebacker from Georgia Southern. And he said, as an older guy, he's taken on a leadership role along with Jalen. I always say Jalen. Is it Jalen or Jaden? Right.
I thought it was Javin right. Is it not?
Javin. Why do I do that? His nickname is Buddha. I feel bad that I do that. Javin Wright and Marquise Buford.
That's an interesting position for Marcus Watson-Trent to be in because he's a transfer in. Like, he's a new acquisition to the team. So the atmosphere had to be just right for him to feel comfortable stepping into that leadership role. I know he's an upperclassman. That probably helps. And I think the linebacker room is understaffed, probably, for lack of a better term. Like, I feel like we could use a little bit more depth in the linebacker core. It had to be a perfect storm, perfect scenario for him to feel comfortable coming up from, again, Georgia Southern's not a powerhouse. It's not Georgia, So, but he was the Sun Belt Defensive Player of the Year or something like that, right? It might not be the same right conference, but I feel like he was
right.
So, I mean, he's not a slouch.
And the last time he was at Memorial, somebody pointed this out, was the last game for one of our head coaches.
Yeah, James Boardman says he's undefeated in Memorial Stadium. Because that would have been Scott Frost.
2022.
That would have been
right?
2022.
23 or 2022. So the thing I like about him, though, is that he has 1 year left to really make a difference. And he said, this is the team. This is where it's at. He goes, we actually have a chance. Coach Butler, he said that the back seven pretty well it's come along. So even though you think we might be light in the linebackers, he said that we're pretty good.
I'm doing quick search, so I apologize. I was trying to find Watson-Trent's stats against Nebraska from back in 2022. And no, my luck, of course, it's taken a little longer than.
Well, he did say that was part of the reason why he wanted to come back to Nebraska, is because when he was here, he saw the atmosphere and how great it was. And he just wanted to replicate that. Like, everywhere there's nothing like it out there.
He had 10 tackles in that Saturday, September 10th game when Georgia Southern beat Nebraska 45-42. 10 tackles, 7 of those were solo tackles, 3 assisted tackles. So, hey, he's here now. He's in the right locker room. Let us continue to develop him. And like you said, this is his, for lack of a better term, this is his contract year. Free agent year. This is when players are already at the next level. They're in the NFL and they're in their last year of their contract. They are playing their asses off to make sure that they secure the bag for their next time they sign on the dotted line. This is his opportunity. He's going to have a bigger spotlight on him. He's going to be in, different, seeing better competition each week. The world's his oyster. All he's got to do is go take care of business. So,
yes. Hey, Greg. Before we get into the secret sauce, would you like to take care of some housekeeping?
Would I?
Yes.
Would I? I would love to.
I'll be right.
Okay. Hey, crap. That means I'm on my own. I got it. I'm gonna sneeze. That's fine. It's coming. Woo! All right, I feel better. All right, everybody. This is my opportunity to remind you, if you are joining us on YouTube, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the Corn Nation YouTube channel if you haven't already. Make sure you ring that bell for notifications so you never miss a new episode. Whether it is the 5 Heart Podcast, Monday Night Therapy, Husker Heat on Tuesdays, or the soon-to-be returning Coronation Over Analysis, whatever that Sunday night show is, with myself, Hoss, and Jake. So, no, that's unnecessary. We don't need to do that. Trust me. Just like I'm teaching my sons, you got to do the old Dracula cover. Thanks, Pitt. Appreciate that. Also, in the world of things you should probably remember, John Dam Johnston has a book. Been Dead, Never Been to Europe. He has a couple other books. They're all available on Amazon. Just type in John Johnston, just as you see there. And while you're at it, nope, I got nothing more. Hey, you know what? Something completely unrelated. Look at that. Look at that happy little guy. He's so happy. That's probably copyright infringement, and for that I apologize to the Walt Disney Corporation. So if you find us on your favorite podcast app, Coronation, it's all under the same umbrella. We don't have like a 5 Heart stream and a Husker Therapy Monday or Husker Heat Monday Night Therapy. We don't have individual streams. But if you find us on your favorite podcast app, throw us a rating, throw us a review, and hey, that just helps the algorithm. The more higher reviews we get, then the higher up we can get in the upper echelon of Nebraska podcasts. And that's really where we belong.
Okay.
Thanks, Minnie.
I had to use the restroom and excuse myself.
I mean, we didn't really need the explanation, but thank you for your transparency and honesty.
Well, I figured you would like to know what happened. Okay, Greg.
Minnie.
You know what they call, this is a secret sauce right here. You know what they call Coach Butler? John Butler?
JB.
Yes.
I read the notes this week, Minnie.
I didn't want you to actually. Is that how you knew? Or you would have guessed it?
No, I actually read the notes. I didn't know you didn't say in the notes, hey, Greg, when I tee this up, act dumber than usual, and pretend you don't know. So ask me again.
I didn't think I needed to.
Ask me again.
If I'm going to ask you, you're not. No. The moment is left. They call him Coach JB.
Okay.
At least that's what Marcus called him today. And he said on Tuesday, this is what I loved. He said, the easiest way for guys to differentiate themselves is by tackling. And one of the things that he loves so much about Matt Rhule is that he does physical practices. The only time that they're jogging is before practice. Otherwise, they're running full out.
Good.
In practices. I know. He says that tackling is a lost art. Thanks to player safety.
Right.
Now, why would he say that? Is he just
I don't know.
today?
I just love that I looked at it and reacted with a facial expression, and you gave the same facial reaction. Pitt, explain yourself.
Pitt? What is going on upstairs?
He's in a mood today.
I guess. I can appreciate it. He's being a little bit of a, a shit stirrer today. Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a good one.
What?
Well, we were talking about you mentioned Coach JB, and Josh says there's only 2 JBs for me, Jack Black and John Baylor. I said, no Jim Beam? That'd be an easy one. And Blake says Jordan Burroughs. So, Josh, you're slacking. Shame on you.
Okay. He says it's on the right track of tackling this spring. Tracking the, oh Lord, what did I do? My screen is not working.
Tracking the near hip.
You go ahead. No, go ahead, please.
Okay. Tracking the near hip, taking the extra step, tackling with dominant contact, getting body on body. Some of these younger players convince themselves there's no alternative to it being a physical game. So if you ever want to get out there, you're going to have to be a physical player.
That's right. Tracking the near hip, taking the extra step, tackling with dominant contact, getting body on body. So I know that's what you said. And he said,
why do I bother?
Did you read point 1? You didn't read point 1.
Well, no, because I started the quote that you started, and then you had trouble with your computer, and I thought I needed to finish the quote. I was trying to be helpful.
I lost a whole section. Can you also read point 1?
Yes. Regarding tackling, Butler said you can't replicate tackling with any of the sleds or toys in a way that live action gives you. The focus on every practice being physical allows us to be one of the better tackling groups.
Mm-hmm.
You know what they need? This is my opinion.
What?
This is just my opinion.
What?
They need tackling fuel.
How do you get that?
You're going to use them to play football. Tackling fuel. You get it by watching The Waterboy, the classic 1990s Adam Sandler comedy.
Oh my gosh, you're such a dork.
That's me.
I don't think it's a real thing. I think it's made up. Greg. So I know you guys are going to laugh at me, but because I've never played football, I wanted to know what it's like to tackle somebody. Have you ever tackled somebody?
Yes.
You have?
Yes.
Okay.
I used to play schoolyard football with no pads.
Well, there's a reason that women, for the most part, don't tackle.
Because you're smarter?
No, because you have to lunge at somebody and wrap your arms around them and try and pull them to the ground, and it hurts. It doesn't feel good.
I believe that.
Especially if you're not wearing pads. I mean, but I did all the research necessary to learn how to tackle the right way. And it has to do with footwork. It has to do with, with lining up your feet the right way. And it has to do with being aggressive and not letting a guy burn you. So it's really more complex than somebody would think.
Footwork, I mean, it's also running at the right angles. Like how many times have we seen a defender in the secondary take a bad angle at a wide receiver or something and just get absolutely burned? Mental and physical. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's not overly complicated, but it can very quickly and very easily go wrong.
It can. And we've seen it go wrong. There's been so many missed tackles. So I'm really glad that they are practicing this a lot.
Minnie, I'm going to make you read this one. It's not a Fred one, so you have to read it.
I don't have to. One of the ways, excuse me, you introduce him because I can never do it right.
I'll introduce him if you read the comment.
No, we're not talking about that anymore.
Living in Omaha, David Matney, the official realtor of the 5 Heart Podcast, says, Minnie?
We're not, no. Why do you want to keep bringing this up, you guys? He needs to move past it. Dylan needs to move past that, and he needs our support in moving past it. Okay? We're not going to talk about it. We're not talking about it.
No, I think it's healthy. I think like any trauma, you have to be able to joke about it.
We've joked enough at his expense. I feel bad. That,
You don't.
I mean, guys, we got to let it go.
All right. Well, okay. You read this one, and then we'll never bring it up again.
One of the ways to avoid a tackle is to slide 2 yards short of a first down.
And he didn't even mention anybody.
Yes.
In that, so.
Okay.
Vin says, yes, move past the first down marker before sliding.
Okay. So when, last week when we were here and we were talking about John Butler and we were doing, you and I were going back and forth and you were like, Minnie, go ahead and take the next part. And I said, why would you give me the most boring part? Because that was John Butler's press conference from last week or 2 weeks ago. And he kind of addressed that today. He goes, I know you guys think I don't want to give you any information. Right. I'm not trying to do that. He goes, I just don't. I know you guys don't like this, but I'm trying not to single out anybody because I don't want to. Wait, let me reread that. I know you guys don't like this, but I'm trying not to single anybody out because I don't want to. It's not because I don't want to give you. Wait, how can
I know you guys don't like this, but I'm trying not to single anybody out. Not because I don't want to give you guys information, but at the end of the day, it's all about building a team.
That's what I meant to say. Why could I not get it right? And I wrote it.
2.5 years in.
I know. Okay. So it's that he's just trying to keep everything close to the vest.
I like that. Makes sense.
And he wants to build a team. He doesn't want to single guys out. I get that. And yeah, this is funny. It's so true. Okay. The first thing he did, best friend of the show, Josh Hansen says, does Minnie have a cap with the skullet wig for Butler Theater? So he did say at the beginning of his press conference that he knows he has a skullet. So he's only going to be wearing a cap from now on. I mean, it is like long and bushy back there and kind of bald up here. But I did see, and I told people about this on Monday, and Justin was the guest on Monday from Justin Adams, and he doesn't have a whole lot of hair up here, but he's the one who brought it up. I didn't. I would never do that.
Never.
Since he brought it up.
Definitely never talk about your co-host's physical.
No. If he brings it up, then I can talk about it. And so I told him, I said, while I was gone, I found online this lady named the Toupee Queen. And it is so addicting watching what she does to anybody who has, like, you don't even have to be going bald, but if you are going bald, she'll shave the part that is going bald, okay? And then she'll cut out a toupee and cut the hair, dye the hair, and give you the most extraordinary hairstyle. You don't even realize how good you could possibly look. It is the most transforming thing I've ever seen in my life. The Toupee Queen. It's pretty amazing.
That is, I have seen some things, how do I put this? Content creators? No, that's not the right word. Some creative individuals, I know, just some workers. One of my favorite accounts or whatever out there is Nate the Hoof Guy. And I can watch him clear up a cow's hoof all day long. But watching someone make a wig, that's not my style. That's not my speed.
Oh, it's interesting. It's really interesting. Anyways, I don't know why we were talking. Oh, because of the skullet.
Oh, okay.
That's why. Yeah, it was maybe Coach JB should go visit the toupee queen.
Maybe. Should.
All right.
Send that to him in social media.
Okay, so Riley Van Poppel, RVP or VP, because nobody likes to say a full name around here, and we always give nicknames. In fact, we had already given Jack McAllister a nickname, and he's gone. He never even played.
Wait, did we or did you?
No, they did.
I don't
we
remember.
Just took him in. They came up with
were we calling him the Jackhammer?
Yes.
That's what it was.
That was a good one. So RVP or VP, the defensive lineman, when asked about losing the 3 starters up front, right? We lost Nash, Ty, and Jamari.
Right.
He said, we have depth and talent. Every team loses guys every year. So I looked into it to see what kind of depth we have. Do you want to know?
I do want to know.
Do you want to tell everyone since you've already looked at it and I can tell?
Nope. I didn't look at it long. I just saw a couple names, but this is.
No, you can. I would actually love to give this portion to you.
Okay. All right. Stretch. All right. Defensive line guys are probably, this one's for you, Fred, RVP, as well as Cam Lenhart, Elijah Judy, Keona Davis, Williams Nwaneri, and Jalen George. The next round of Huskers would probably be Mason Goldman, Dylan Parrott, Sua Lafoto, and Ashton Murphy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
What'd I do? Good?
Nothing. You did great. In fact, would you like the crown?
I would not.
In your head?
That is your crown.
I don't know if I like to be called a co-host, Greg. Unless I can call you a co-host.
No, I'm the host.
What women's lib? No.
I'm sorry?
Women's lib. Have you ever heard of it? Like equality here?
Yeah. For, let's see, 7 years, Mike was my co-host of the year. So you are equal to Mike at least.
Thanks. Mike never did as much work as I do.
There, this is the only crown I need.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
I think that you should consider my offer.
To just be the host of the year?
No. We're both co-hosts.
No.
Okay, I'll be the co-host of the year this week. Next week, I'll present it to you. Okay, and we can switch off. Ah, Fred.
By the way, Pitt, I'd have to double check. I will double check. I think I just got this black shirt from Huskers.com or from the Huskers store or whatever. I think it's official. I'll double check. Yeah, you get to be the host on Mondays.
Yeah, but I don't get to boss anyone around.
You boss me around regardless of the title.
That is just the meanest thing anyone has ever said to me, David Matney. I'll forgive you this one time. Okay. So, Greg, that Alex Bullock entered the portal today.
Right.
How do we feel about that?
Okay, we're gonna go. We're gonna go ahead and bring up a name that hasn't been mentioned on this show in many years. I feel the same about Alex Bullock entering the transfer portal as I would have felt if Brody Belt would have entered the transfer portal. Okay. Look, 16 catches in his career, 233 yards and a touchdown. If I'm being honest, probably got lost in the wide receiver room, and him entering the transfer portal will, I think, better his situation. Like he'll land somewhere where he'll see more playing time, more opportunities. So it's going to be good for him.
It will be. And that is one thing Rhule has said, that he wants for guys to just be able to play football. And I'm sure that's what Alex Bullock wants as well.
Right.
Although I'm so sad to see him go, because when Rhule first came here, he was our best option for wide receiver. And he really came through for us. So I hope that he finds a lot of, he did too. I hope he finds a lot of success wherever he lands.
Agreed. I think it would be interesting, and that's right. James says that he's, I think, more of a grad transfer, because James says he did walk on senior day.
So. Yeah, he could have stayed like Marquise and Javin, but
save that one. Save that one. These are good questions for the end of the show. So, Mr. Matney, Nebraska Strong, a couple of your recent comments here. Don't go anywhere. We will get to these starred comments at the end of the show. I don't have a picture of this young man, but there is a running back from North Dakota State.
Oh, yes, I saw him.
Okay, name of I'm probably going to mispronounce it. I apologize. Charmar Brown.
Charmar, yeah.
Charmar. He is from Omaha. As a freshman last year, ran for 1,181 yards, 15 touchdowns, won the 2024 Jerry Rice Award, which goes to the top FCS freshman. Talk about a position group that could use some depth. I would not complain if Nebraska gave him a look. I know we have to get down to 105, but I'd rather have a better. I'd rather have more depth in the running back room than, say, a long snapper. So let's get rid of that guy. I was waiting for the reaction there. It didn't happen.
I'm sorry. I was reading. I can't do both.
Oh, okay.
Highlander Gun said that sounded weird. I got a picture of this guy.
I said I don't have a picture of this guy.
Okay. Right. You can repeat it, and then I'll give you the reaction you're looking for. I promise.
Oh, I said I'd much rather have more depth in the running back room than, say, a long snapper. Let's get rid of that guy and bring in.
Oh, I get why you're looking for. You're just trying to tick me off. Yep.
That's what I do.
No, I think we have enough depth in the running back. I mean, it would be nice to have one more, for sure. Because right now we have Emmett Johnson and Mekhi Nelson.
Quentin Ives.
And Quentin Ives. Yes, thank you. So we have 3.
Okay.
Last year we had 4. So
I would like more depth at running back, if I'm being honest / selfish.
Okay. Well, I think that's not up to you.
That's true.
It's up to Coach Holg.
I'm here for it anyway. Whatever happens, happens. It's out of my control.
Okay. So, last on the list, Greg, can I go
like
ahead
when
and
you say
take
last on the list, but not last on the show. Continue.
Yes. The NCAA Oversights Panel gave final approval to a rule designed to discourage football players from faking injuries to
About damn
stop
time.
the game clock. Yep, they just announced it today. So beginning this season, if medical personnel go onto the field to evaluate a player with an injury, after the ball is spotted for the next play, that player's team will be charged a timeout. And if the team doesn't have any timeouts left, guess what?
A 5-yard penalty.
Yep. Delay of game. Isn't that awesome?
It is very awesome.
No faking injuries.
It's about damn time, honestly. It'd be nice if the NFL adopted something similar.
I don't watch the NFL, so
I know. I don't watch it much, honestly. I just know that there are a lot of times where, to slow down a team's momentum or to, try to, you're in the 2-minute drill and you're trying to squeeze out a few extra time, seconds, you'll drop to the ground miraculously and hold your knee and go off for a play. And then next play you come on, I'm good. It's all bullshit.
Yeah. Okay, here we go.
All right. I don't know if you saw the news today, Minnie. It came out actually a little over 12 hours ago that this August, a near 40-year career.
Oh, yes. I did see it. I did see that.
As Lee Corso will retire from College Game Day in August. A career that started back in 1987, he said in a statement released by ESPN, "My family and I will be forever indebted for the opportunity to be part of ESPN and College Game Day for nearly 40 years. I have a treasure of many friends, fond memories, and some unusual experiences to take with me into retirement." As mentioned, 1987, he is 90 this August.
Dang, he looks good for 90.
I can only hope to live that long to see if I look that good at 90, but I probably won't live that long. And if I do, I won't look that good. So But you also got to remember, every time he's been on TV, there's a makeup department, there's wardrobe. He gets a little help from the network on that one. In the end of the game, of course, or end of the show, he always puts on a headgear. In 430 selections that he made over the time, do you have any idea, like the ratio of correct to incorrect selections that he made, Minnie, without looking it up? Just guessing.
I have no idea. None, and I can't even guess because I literally have no idea.
Almost 2-to-1 success ratio, 286 to 144.
Wow. Sounds pretty good.
So he will be with them August 30th is what ESPN's announced his final broadcast will be. And they'll also have some Lee Corso celebration days leading up to that weekend. So it'll be after Nebraska's game against Cincinnati. So we will not even get a prediction from Lee Corso for Nebraska's season opener.
Okay.
All the comments. Oh, they're back. I'll say all the comments just disappeared completely. So look who it is.
Who?
Tiger Shark.
TSD. Oh, I saw him today.
Great to see you, TSD.
Good to see you again.
And let's see here. Do we have? I don't. I didn't. I haven't got a haircut in weeks. Thank you though. It's not a wig. I promise. Not a toupee.
And it's turning into a comb over, so you might need to get a haircut.
Wow.
One or two.
My oldest said to me today that I have a bald spot. I said I don't. I said it's just the way that it's combed and parted.
In the back there?
Yeah. It's not a bald
I
spot.
saw that last week. I wasn't going to say anything.
I don't have a bald spot.
I think you do.
I don't have a bald spot.
I think you do.
I assure you, I do not have a bald spot. Again, it's just the way it's just the way it's combed. It's fine.
There's nothing wrong with the bald spot. Plus, you can get it fixed.
Look, if I'm not going to put the time or effort into doing away with the gray, I think I'm worried about a bald spot. Greg looks better. Highlander says, Greg looks better with longer hair. He looked like a cult member with the buzz cut. I disagree.
He did. No, he definitely did. I suggested that he grow his hair out. I said, Greg, now that you're back to being single, eventually you'll be ready to mingle, and we have to work with what God has given you.
Well, like Job said, the Lord taketh and the Lord giveth away. Or the Lord giveth.
Stop cutting your hair because you were buzzing it. You look like you had no hair. Everyone agrees your hair is so much better. You're welcome. Mm-hmm.
Well,
for that, I deserve equal status at least.
So I can't. All right. Let's look at all these start comments. 9:00. James Boardman says secret sauce, Dorothy Lynch and mayonnaise. Know what that means?
Because we're talking about the secret sauce.
You know, but like, what's Dorothy Lynch and mayonnaise? Is that like a thing? Do people actually mix the two? I've never had Dorothy Lynch.
That sounds really good. Well, when you go to the grocery store, maybe you should buy some.
They don't carry it here.
Oh, maybe you should have best friend of the show, Josh Hansen, send you some. I think you can order it online too.
Yeah, probably. I used to be able to get barbecue sauce, like a particular type of barbecue sauce online. I can't do that anymore. Makes me sad. All right. The other Dave says, I love that we can talk Husker football 365 24/7. I think that it's supposed to go 24/7. It's 365, but I appreciate the other Daves mixing it up on us.
Keeping you on your toes.
I wasn't prepared for it. It doesn't roll off the tongue like the other one. Blake says, and this won't be the last Blake comment of the night, Dana talking about Holgerson likes Keystone, Marlboro, and Kentucky Deluxe. Guy knows offense, though. We talked about the jackhammer entering the transfer portal. Husker Bob says, who's going to punt at the spring game?
Jack Hole? John Hole? That's my guess.
I mean, I guess technically couldn't McAllister still punt? If you
No.
Oh, his team activities are done?
Yeah.
Oh.
You have to go through the player personnel, and it takes, what did they say? We read this last transfer portal. I think it takes 10 days once you put your name into the office. No, it takes 24 hours, excuse me, for them to put your name into the transfer portal. The transfer portal is only open for 10 days right now.
Raji says Sam Cook's boy, Mabe and Jack.
Oh.
Maybe Jack.
Maybe Jack.
Josh says you can announce intent to go to the portal but not enter till after spring game. That's what Alex is doing.
Really? But the transfer portal ends the day before the spring game.
I don't know.
Okay. I like this idea. TSD says Mike Eckler might try to punt.
That'd be fine.
He's going to show us how to do it. How to do the rugby punt.
Well, like when you play like backyard or schoolyard ball and you have the all-time QB, then you can have all-time punter. Just better hope and pray you don't run into the punter in that case, because you may have your head ripped off by Eck. Let's see. James Boardman says they're already in contact with Aussie punter Harrison. James.
Huh?
I'm going to finish it. I'm going to finish it because I'm committed to the bit. Harrison Felter snatch.
I thought he was actually, because they play rugby in Australia.
They do.
He set that up perfectly.
For all we know, I mean, it's Australia. It's Australian, so it might be an actual name. You never know. Well, just like how the last name Smith used to be, they were Smiths of the trade. Maybe the Felter snatch was their job back, hundreds of years ago.
You never know.
That's got the family name. Well done, James. That's good. Let's see. Blake says, let's not wear all whites again. Look like France out there. Yeah, the surrender whites are never a good idea. Blake, I agree completely.
But we don't have a choice.
Sure we do.
Oh, all white? White on white? Yes.
Yeah. We could always wear red pants and white jerseys. We should never wear white pants, white jersey, ever. Be a horrible thing to do. All right, let's see.
I don't agree. I think that the all white is nice. It's just you guys have it in your minds that we can't win if we wear all white. And we don't look very tough. And that's psychological. You just have to get past that block.
No. Statistically, we have a horrible record in all whites.
Yeah, well, that's a psychological block. We need to get past it. I say we wear all whites until we break that block. And
this time next year, we'll be like, it really sucks that Matt Rhule got fired for going 0-12 because it wore all whites every week. Blake, by the way, says Felter snatch jersey ordered. What number is that guy? Number 69. You should know that.
Okay. Quit reading new comments.
I can't help it. It's fine. This is one you'll appreciate. Read this one, Minnie.
It says, living in Omaha, David Matney, the official realtor of the 5 Heart podcast. Did I do it okay?
Great.
All thought you can't wear all white after Labor Day. Oh, I thought you can't wear white after Labor Day. That is true. You're not supposed to, but that's an old school rule. We don't go by that anymore, especially in warmer climates.
I would say, but we're an old school fan base.
Yeah, well, obviously we've worn white after Labor Day.
But when it happens in all white, it's never good.
Okay.
Great comment, Mr. Matney. I also can't disagree with Minnie's assessment. Nebraska strong. Go Big Red says, all joking aside, I do think they should start timing the 40-yard dash in full pads. I agree. Because nobody's out there running in a game not wearing full pads. So, let's see.
I mean, I'm sure they already have it figured out as to how much that actually slows somebody down.
Be interesting to have somebody try it, have somebody do it like they do at the combine.
I'm sure they already have.
But I'm curious. Now I'm curious to know the difference.
The things that we need to discuss when we're 2 hours into the show are not.
We're not 2 hours yet. We're an hour and 56 minutes.
Okay. You're right.
I know. Well, we talked about that last week. We don't need to rehash. James Boardman says, no disrespect, but James Williams doesn't think we have talent.
Yeah, no disrespect.
James Williams needs to just stop running his mouth, honestly.
I think he will.
We live rent-free in that kid's head. Honestly. Like, you moved on, you followed your I guess, I don't know. I don't mean this disparagingly, but followed his father figure, because I know he's always spoken very highly of Tony White and Terrence
Knighton.
Thank you. So, that's fine. You follow them in Florida State, but why are you still talking about Nebraska? Like, I don't get it. There's no payoff unless Nebraska.
He was asked questions about it. About the compare. Was asked specifically, how do these guys here compare to your defensive line at Nebraska?
Well, what a stupid
You're
comment.
right.
What a stupid question. Like his
two
two favorite words in the English language right now should be no comment. Anytime anything Nebraska related is coming, because he's just making an ass out of himself.
Mm-hmm. So. He is. I agree.
All right, let's see here. Fred says to Aaron Keene, Dylan could slide 2 yards before the yard marker, wipe his ass with the flag, and yell "Go Buffs," and Minnie will retire his number at Nebraska.
I will never. I mean, I might actually. When he's done playing and like in the NFL and not, I mean, I know what he's talking about. You know what he's talking about. He's referring to how Colorado is retiring.
I think he's
Hunter's number and
talking about your
Shador's
ongoing obsession with Dylan Raiola.
No, Fred is referring to how other teams are. I mean, that's just weird that they're doing that. But okay.
Right. But tying it in.
They're not even in the NFL yet. They played, 2 years at Colorado, and you're going to retire their jersey number like they're the best thing that has ever happened?
I think it was BFOTS Josh said to me, he's like, Colorado still hasn't even retired Cordell Stewart's number yet.
Are you serious?
30 years ago.
Oh, my gosh. So. Yeah. Well, there you go. Just trying to make headlines.
Fred.
What? Why did you bring that comment up?
I did. Fred asked. It's not my fault. It's Fred's fault.
Not really. You had to bring that up. You had to click on it.
That was for all of you just listening to the audio version of this show. You're going to want to jump on YouTube, Facebook, or X and find that about just shy of 2 hours in to understand the context. We're not going to give that one away. That one's just for the video viewers.
Yeah.
The video, you know what I mean. All right. Let's see. We have a few questions that are boom, boom, boom 2025 related. Living in Omaha, David Matney, the official realtor of the 5 Heart Podcast, says, at this point of the offseason, what's the minimum standard for a successful season?
This point of the off season. What's the minimum standard for a successful season? So right now, what is our expectation for a successful season? Minimum. I think you hit the nail on the head. I think what you said was right. I think we're going to go higher than that, though. I think we're going to go more like 9 or 10 wins.
It's funny you say that. Because, again, I say minimum standard for successful seasons, 8 wins. Blake says 9 wins might be the mark of a successful season. Kind of ironic because we did fire a head coach after multiple 9-win seasons.
Yeah.
And then Nebraska Strong. Greg, what is your game-by-game prediction for our Huskers? Well, Nebraska Strong, I will gladly give you that information in August, before the first game of the season. That is definitely an August topic, not an April topic. So stick around.
And Nebraska Strong, you do realize there's another person up there.
Yeah, let's not forget the co-host.
Just making sure.
Just kidding, Minnie. Yeah, there's two of us. And don't worry, you'll get both of our game-by-game predictions.
I might not give it to you, though. Nebraska Strong.
Ouch. Aaron Rostovsky is here. Hopefully he survived the inclement weather in eastern Nebraska and says, I have prediction of Greg's prediction. Well, we're not going to get into that right now.
We all know what Greg's prediction is.
Let's just pump the brakes on. No spoilers.
Okay.
Let's see. Raji, don't give away the secrets. Raji also says our offensive line.
No. This is the part where I really wanted to do kind of like a 5-heart theater. Okay. Are you with me? Because
what do I need to do, boss?
Living in Omaha, David Matney says, I hope we get 5-heart theater. So I thought it was interesting that Justin Raji and Nebraska Strong were going back and forth about the offensive line.
Okay.
So I want you to be, who do you want to be? Do you want to be Justin Raji or Nebraska Strong?
I want to be. That's a loaded question. I will go with, and this is, I'm not playing favorites, but just because I read ahead of some of the comments.
Mm-hmm. Who are you going with?
I said Justin Raji.
Oh, I didn't hear you. Okay. You start off then, I think, right?
Sure.
Oh, no. Nope. Actually, I do.
Okay.
I'm going to read this comment.
Not yet. You're
Nebraska
not.
Oh, no? Hold on.
Here's the thing. This is all right, Raji, I don't have my knit cap down here. That's the only hat that I ever see you wear in the picture. So I'm just gonna. All right, I'm Raji. All right, Justin, tell me a little. Justin, tell me a little bit. Is your voice higher or deeper? Do you have a Midwestern drawl? I need to know what I'm working with here.
I mean, anybody who has a tagline that says Nebraska Strong, Go Big Red, he's got to be like dressed in all red.
How do you know he's got a gray beard, though?
I'm just guessing.
I have a feeling Nebraska Strong, Go Big Red's more like 30 years old.
Did I choose the wrong color?
I would go brown.
I'm sure he has a beard. Let's just say he has a beard.
All right.
Do I need to grab the brown one?
I would, yes.
Okay, excuse me. I'll be back.
Our makeup and special effects department, everybody. Oh, Nebraska Strong's 46. So if you have one with a little gray in it like mine, I'm guessing.
I don't.
Justin Raji has a deeper voice. No accent.
What?
That's what he says. I'm going to put my cap backwards because I just have a feeling young kid like you probably wear your hat backwards. All right. This is...
I know right now I look more like Rostovsky.
Raji, I think you are... Don't tell me. I'm going to say 24. Going by what little picture I can see, I think 24.
Okay, ready?
Nebraska Strong says, OMG.
Okay. All right. I'm more concerned about. Wait, excuse me.
What the?
I'm more.
Okay, shit.
More.
Years off.
More concerned about our O-line than skill position depth, like running back or receiver. And then you read.
Our O-line will be much improved this year. I'm least concerned about
Wait, no, it's my turn. It's my turn.
Bitch.
Because Dylan was sacked 27 times in 13 games.
That was last year's O-line. We clearly made upgrading.
Clearly. Well,
I'm least concerned about our O-line. Why would you be concerned about the O-line?
because I need something to concern myself with. Go Big Red.
Now we're ad-libbing. Okay. We've got this under control. Go Big Red, you crazy bastard. There's actually one more in there from Pitt that says, I ain't disagreeing, Raji, but I don't know that to be true. I need some evidence game one.
Yeah. Well.
Also in the mix. But we didn't have a third person to play Pitt. Mike left us too soon. So
We didn't. But you could do theater of the mind.
There you go.
Like you do.
Raji, I hope I did okay.
I think you did great.
Justice.
You did great.
Josh wants to know how many beards you have and where you store them.
I do. I have quite a few. I do. I need to get some better beards because when you wear a lip gloss, they get the hair gets stuck to your lips, and I need to get some higher quality beards.
Rostovsky says Nebraska, in their own way of saying run the damn ball, he says Nebraska shall not pass, which is a reference you know now. From the greatest trilogy of all time.
Yeah. Well, I kind of forgot about everything with that. Except the first 30 minutes and the last 30 minutes.
Okay.
All right. We can do a call-in, I think. Can't we? Yeah, we can do a call-in. I think. Would you guys like a call-in?
Call-in shows are the rage. What do you think, Greg? Min? Hey, don't ask me. Ask the host.
There you go. Try it. I just sent the link. We'll
Josh says it's officially
stay
snowing
on
there.
for a couple more minutes if you guys want to call in. Or maybe we'll just start off the next one.
Fred said, who's Greg?
I just put the link in. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good.
No, you.
No, Fred asked who I'm supposed to be. He-Man with a hernia. I don't even know what that would sound like. Living in Omaha, David Matney, the official realtor of the Five Heart Podcast, says we need a Five Heart Theater where someone plays Minnie.
I double dog dare you.
I don't even know.
You guys come on. Okay. You can call in with that link. All you have to do is click on it. You don't have to show your face if you're worried about that. You can just not show your face and just talk. But somebody should definitely try and... Greg, would you like to give your hand at it?
At calling in?
No, at portraying Minnie. Oh, so we do have somebody.
It's dark. Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Can you hear me, my old friend?
It's Pitt, my birthday
Hello.
brother.
I love you, motherfuckers. This is what happens when you put a link up. Damn right, I'm gonna bother you.
Why? So many questions. Why is it so dark? What are you doing?
He doesn't have to show his face. That's why.
Well,
You don't
if
have
he's-
to.
He's been running his mouth a lot tonight. I think he needs to.
I'm leaning in.
Greg is calling you out.
I ain't afraid to
He's
show
in a
my
movie
face.
theater.
There you are, brother.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Rostovsky says this is already everything I'd hoped it would be. Fred says, "Oh my God, this is happening." Nebraska Strong wants to know what's Pitt drinking today.
Yay.
Bartons.
Pitt is on the firewater.
Bartles
Hey,
and
let me know,
James.
this is our friend Pitt Snipe Husker, who it was his idea.
Jason
and here we
Reeves.
are. So my goodness,
It's so good to hear your voice. Why
Cheers.
are you giving me such a hard time, Pitt?
Because I love you.
It's the
okay.
family. It is. The
I love you too.
Minnie is my surrogate sister.
I am. That's what I feel like.
Trying to figure out the math on that one.
You don't want to know.
Living in
I
Omaha,
feel
David
like I'm
Matney, the
about
official
12
realtor.
seconds behind the curve with my mic.
Oh, that happened to Fred Sacco. Yeah, there might be a delay.
What part of the world are you at, Pitt?
I'm the only one of us actually in Nebraska, yo.
That's probably why the internet is on delay. Anyway, Dave Matney says he would volunteer to play Minnie in a 5-heart theater.
Mm-hmm. I would love to see that.
Gonna need
and
a wig.
We're gonna need for him to actually come through on this. I will write the 5-heart theater, and you're gonna play Minnie.
Who's gonna play me?
I would like to be honest. That would be a lot of fun.
All right, but I get script. I have to sign off on the script.
No.
Oh,
No.
David Matney wants Fred to play me. This is getting into dangerous territory.
Ooh, I like that idea.
Listen,
What's up?
now that I'm over here on the StreamYard connection, it feels like I'm 3 to 5 seconds behind y'all.
Okay. Well, we will try and resume this another time.
Yeah, we can work out the bugs. I'm down.
Okay. Okay. Thanks for calling in, though.
Thanks for having massive cojones, Pitt.
Yeah.
You want to see him?
Awesome.
You want to see him? I'll get him out. I'll get him out. Welcome to the Navy, bitches.
You asked, Greg. All right, buddy. We'll see you again sometime, I hope.
I wasn't
Well,
prepared
there
for
you
that.
go. It's that easy, people.
Next week we'll just do we'll have to set certain parameters. Like ask your question in GTFO because of that delay in the complications that it can be. But yeah, what a lot of fun that's going to be, opening that up as a new element to our show every week, Minnie.
TSD said, Minnie sounds like an HR director. Really? Because I'm saying who's going to play who? I don't get it.
More like casting director.
I am.
But there was, so Dave Matney wants to take on the challenge of portraying you, and says that Fred should portray me.
This will be
and
good.
Fred said, thanks a lot for this, Fred, by the way, says, I'll be Greg. I'm used to being fat and mediocre. You're number one, Fred.
Okay. All right. You got it. You got it.
TSD is so much nicer. Ryan Reynolds is Greg. That's, you know what?
He is so nice.
I can get behind that. That is, I'm on board. Let's get him away from whatever the hell Marvel project or Wrexham FC work he's doing. Bring it on. Gonna be a good time.
Love it. All right. Well, Greg, we're past the 2-hour mark. Time to wrap it up, my friend.
But the good news is most of us don't have to work tomorrow. It's a Good Friday. So
yes,
we all get to stay up a little later tonight and have some fun with our friends.
Mm-hmm.
And absolutely right. Yep. Happy Easter to everybody. Or to those of you who celebrate an enjoyable Passover. I don't know exactly how to say that, so I'll just do enjoyable Passover. Or if you don't subscribe to any particular deity, then happy Thursday/Friday. And we wish you all the best. So that's a great one by James Boardman. He can be John. So, and Josh is not wrong. It is WrestleMania weekend. So you have WrestleMania on Saturday night and Sunday night to enjoy on the Peacock Network. TSD so
see how you keep alienating parts of our.
I didn't. I said happy Passover or blessed Passover. Again, I'm trying to make sure that I don't alienate. I want to make sure that say it correctly.
Poor Trinidad has to work both jobs tomorrow, so he has to work. Keep alienating people. What is wrong with you?
I'm not perfect.
Oh no,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm going to go. My boys are being dropped off here bright and early tomorrow. So I'm going to go, and I can't even wish anybody good anything this weekend. So we'll just say, heck with y'all. See you next Thursday. Minnie will see you before that. Minnie will see you Monday night, 8 o'clock Central for Monday Night Therapy. Don't forget about Husker Heat on Tuesday. And yes, the number one Nebraska show in your hearts, not in the numbers, but in your 5 hearts, is this right here. For the fellow host of the year, Minnie Hunt, I'm Greg Mahochko. This is the 5 Heart Podcast. We remind you each and every week that 5 Heart is all the heart you need. Minnie?
Thank you, Greg. For my fellow host and all of our fan family. Go Big Red!